Good morning, crafty friends. Welcome to my craft room. It's about 5:30 on a Saturday morning, and I have been gone all week, so I'm not sure how much journaling I'll actually get done today, but I can tell you I have missed my craft room. I have tons of pictures to print, um, and I'm tired. Why I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning, I have no idea, but that's typically the way it goes. No matter what time I go to bed, I'm up at 5:30. So I have been traveling for work, and I thought I would at least bring you along and show you kind of what I collected throughout the week. Um, I don't know how much of this will actually make it into my scrapbook, especially since I really haven't printed any pictures for November yet. Um, but anyway, maybe this will be fun, and I might get to doing some putting some things in my November journal. I certainly have missed it. I haven't yet figured out a way to carry some of this with me. But it'll be fun anyway to catch it up. So I'm Yvonne from Amjour, and this is the Morning Coffee Journaling Club. Let's get started. So, well, I'll tell you, this is something. There was a stack of junk mail waiting for me on the counter. I guess everyone knows by now that I want to go through the junk mail. And this was in, I think it was a magazine from a realtor. And so it just fit. This stuck out at me right away. Good to be home, because after a week of being gone, it just feels so good to be home. Although I was exhausted. It took a full day for me to get home. So pretty sure this will go in my journal. In fact, I'm going to put it right in there. Let's take a peek. I haven't been in here in forever. I did put this page in. These are just some notes that I wanted to add. I just put it in there, and then I just put something on the back. I really just liked this saying. But let's see, what was yesterday? My goodness, I don't even know. What in the world is today? Well, let's see, that was a birthday party. That was my daughter's birthday, and this is the day I left. Yeah, okay, good to be home, Friday. Pretty sure that'll go. One of these will go. The first one, the colored one, is kind of Christmassy. Just not sure I'm ready for Christmas just yet. I'll set this aside. And then I think this was from Bath and Body Works. I just like that stocking stuffer. Again, I'm not ready for Christmas, but that would be cute. I just put that in my stash. This, I think, was from a Belk's flyer. I just liked the plaid. No idea if I'll use it or not, but again, Christmassy, so it's just going in my stash. And well, this was a magazine sent out by a local realtor, and this is her little blurb about why did we choose her. But I really liked, oh, there's terrible glare, that saying, a day at the beach. Not sure that's fitting for this time of year, but I will put that with my summer stuff. And then this was also in her magazine. So definitely Christmas. We have not decorated for Christmas yet. I normally put my Christmas tree up on Thanksgiving weekend, but we will not be here. We're traveling for the first time ever on Thanksgiving. So we leave Monday, and I have made some things ahead. I think we talked about some of the recipes that I'm putting together. I still need to finish printing those recipes out on those recipe cards. In fact, I've got some new recipes, and then this is what I'll make at some point today. But I have my daughter coming over. We're going to celebrate her birthday today since I was gone. So I started to work in my craft room last night and then just stopped. I was just tired. So I was in Arizona, and so I live in North Carolina, and Arizona is beautiful. I absolutely loved it, but the weather is so dry. My sinuses are horrible, and it gets so cold at night that I had to wear socks to bed. I hate wearing socks to bed, but I had to wear socks to bed. So I found this in some little book that has these cute little sayings in it. I don't know if that'll make it in my journal, but it was just funny to me that I had to wear socks to bed. And that alone kept waking me up, but I was still freezing. And then I had pulled this out, Home Sweet Home, of course. And I also found this in that little book, A Day Without Appointments. And that's so, as of today, when I got home last night, I am off work until the end of November. So I'm very excited about that. Let's dig into this stuff. Oh, coffee. Coffee from home tastes so good. When you're traveling, that's something I haven't figured out yet, is the coffee. So hotel coffee is not good, and I'm used to having a cup of coffee first thing in the morning. That is the first thing I do, and it's just not the same in a hotel. So this is the best cup of coffee I've had in about a week. Excuse me. Okay. So so I was at a work event, and the final celebration, the reception, after we were done with all our meetings, we had a gathering, hors d'oeuvres and drinks and things. And the theme was Wild, Wild West. So everybody got these bandanas. Everybody was supposed to dress up in their favorite cowboy outfit, which I did dress up, but not nearly as much as some other folks. There were people with lighted cowboy hats, fancy boots, and the belt buckles on the men. They brought in a mechanical bull and had line dancing. It was a lot of fun. I did not ride the bull. Maybe in a younger past life, I probably would have attempted that, but I wanted to get home in one piece without a sore back or pulled muscle. But I brought this, and they gave these away. I'm not sure if I'll use this or not, but I wondered if I couldn't cut this up into strips and maybe make a tie for my journal. I'm not sure how this is gonna work yet, but I have it, and I will play around with it for a little bit. These are my notes from the days. So all these days I was gone, and yesterday this is literally what I did all day. I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning. They're Arizona time, 2 hours behind us this time of year. And I was thinking it was 3 hours behind, so I booked a very early flight so that I could get home at a decent time on the East Coast. Well, that extra hour, I think it really killed me. The entire time I was gone, I tried to desperately to stay on, in fact, I'm going to write this down, stay on East Coast time. And I did pretty good with that. The only thing is the meals and the dinners we had together were very late, and that just messes with my stomach. So when I arrived in Tucson, I picked up a bunch of travel magazines and brochures, and even at the hotel, they had a few travel magazines and brochures. And then I ended up with a huge stack, and I was like, I cannot fit this in my suitcase. I had some souvenirs that I wanted to buy and a whole week's worth of clothing. And in fact, some days I had to have 2 outfits because of the events going on. So I didn't have a whole lot of room in my suitcase. So one evening after all the festivities, I literally did a magazine harvest. So these are some things that may or may not end up. I was in Tucson. I don't know if I'll use them for Tucson, but this might work if I have a shopping day. It's getting to be that time of year. So I did take a lovely drive. First of all, the ride from the airport to the resort we were staying at was absolutely gorgeous. That's something I don't have here. But the GPS took me basically through the countryside, and the entire time we stayed in the Catalina foothills. The entire time I can see the mountain or the mountain range in front of me, and it was just breathtaking. It was gorgeous, beautiful. What else do I have? We did get to do some shopping in some local small little shops, and there is so much art. That's the thing that I love. I don't know why I cut that out. That's more summary. I'm going to put that with my other stash. I love the local artwork. It's just the culture was very eclectic. Lots of colors, lots of clay. Those Pueblo houses, or I don't know what they're called, but lots of those houses that are made of clay and baked in the sun. It's just beautiful. We ate a lot of Mexican food. Somewhere, I'm sure that will go in my journal, Tucson Originals. In fact, the final night, I was like, everything is so spicy. I don't know where these will end up, but wherever it said, welcome to Tucson. And I have some photos of these cacti. I'll have to look up what they're called, but this is like the classic cactus that you think, when you think of the desert, or when I think of the desert, I think of this cactus. And it's true, they're everywhere. They're gorgeous. They line the backdrop for you, and it's beautiful. This is not an image I took. I pulled it from a magazine. I do have some images of the cacti, and I love that scenery. Here's another image of them, and this is exactly how they look. It's just, here we have Carolina pines, so here in Tucson they have these cacti, and there's a lot. Oh, well, here's the backdrop. This is exactly, this mountain range is what I saw the entire time from the airport. Of course, driving back to the airport, it was behind me, but it was also very dark, so it's just gorgeous. I love that. I've never been to Arizona, so again, I think I just cut that for outdoors. That's an event we had. That'll probably go. This is something from my work. This I purchased, and I paid way too much for it, but I absolutely loved it. We went on one day, we had 2 hours that we could explore. So there was it was called, it'll come to me, but it was it was an artist's home, and he displayed all of his artwork. So there were a bunch of those buildings. Pueblo. Oh, that'll come to. I'll have to look up the name of those type of homes. And he had a studio there of all of his artwork, and Gallery in the Sun. That's what it was called. And then he had a spot where every week local artists could come and display their art and for sale, for free of charge. They didn't charge them. Doesn't charge them a vendor booth fee or anything. So there were 3 local artists there. One was a glass vendor, which I purchased something for my daughter. I don't have it here. I'd show it to you. There was a metal artist, an artist that made things out of recycled metal, which those were very, very cool. In fact, I fell in love with a garden stake, but I'm pretty sure I would not have gotten that through TSA, so I didn't purchase that. But I purchased this tag, and that's all it is the third artist was a paper crafter, and there were junk journals there, a bunch of these tags, and of course that called to me. So this will definitely make it into my journal. And there is a little bit of writing space, but I loved it. There was a lot of these. It was hard to choose, but this is the one I ended up with because it reminded me of the cactus. And of course, we visited a visitor center, and I bought some stickers. Does this say what type? No. What type of cacti that is? Stickers. And then I got crazy. This is where we stayed. Don't know if this will make it in my journal. It's a coffee mug, literally. I don't even remember why that's in there. Oh, some receipts. Make sure that one I don't need for my expense report. No, I bought something from the airport for my granddaughter. And of course, some postcards. We didn't see any wildlife, so there were warnings to be careful for looking out for rattlesnakes and things, which I'm definitely not used to. Because now, although it dipped down so cold at night, during the day, it warms up nicely. It's beautiful. So I told my husband on one of the nights we were talking, I said, I'm like a lizard. I'm soaking up the sun during the day, but I'm still freezing at night. But I did see at that gallery in the sun, I saw a roadrunner, and so I did get a picture of the roadrunner, but I also purchased a postcard to go, oh, here is the artist of that DeGrazia gallery in the sun. It was so eclectic. I love this place. And the funny thing that we didn't really realize, the pictures are too small, but here's his art studio. His personal artwork is located in this building. And it doesn't really say what type of building that is. But he passed away. I actually looked it up, but I don't have that in front of me. And what we didn't know, and it was kind of alarming to me in a way, he is buried on this site. He loved this place, and so his gravesite is there. And we didn't know the history of this location at the time, so we were wandering the grounds, which were absolutely gorgeous, and we came upon his burial site, and it was beautiful. People stopped by to visit, and they leave him gifts, artwork gifts, and then there was like a tower of rock near his gravesite where people left tokens, and there were mostly pennies and then some other coins in higher denomination. And so, not knowing the culture and not wanting to be disrespectful, I left a penny on that tower. And so I guess I'm a little superstitious. So I did read up on the history, and that was appropriate to leave a penny because I didn't really know him, but I wanted to honor him and let him know that signified that I visited. So that was appropriate. We did not get a chance to explore downtown Tucson. We did go downtown looking for some more eclectic shopping. Our last stop was at the visitor center, and it should have been our first stop because I wished we would have not wandered around so much looking for this shop instead of and had time to do this walking tour of downtown. Maybe if I go in another lifetime. So these are just brochures picked up there. Here's some more items from the event. I don't like to leave anything there with my name on it, so I guess I just got stuck. Another receipt. Yep, that's personal receipt. Okay, here's hotel coffee, but I really liked this. I don't know if you can see, it's sort of like beveled. It looks like hammered stone. And so it's just a coffee, it's just a coffee sleeve. But I thought it might make a cute little pocket in my journal. Maybe. I don't know, but it's here if I want it. Here's the map of the resort we stayed at. It was absolutely beautiful. It was very beautiful. More of this cacti, more cartoonish. I really liked that. I don't know. I probably have too much, but my boarding passes. A hotel pass. I had to stay. Okay, just blank cardboard. What's this? Oh, yeah. I picked these up. I thought, I don't know if this will go in my journal, but maybe my granddaughter might want to color or something. I'm going to set that aside for her. Okay, now I'm getting crazy. So I went the night before because I had an early flight out to Tucson. And so this was my dinner. I was proud of myself, I guess, for trying to eat fairly healthy. Oh, well, no, not so healthy because I did buy this for my little dessert. So anyway, I did not eat very healthy the entire time I was gone. What is this? And this receipt I think I need to expense. Okay. This will probably not make it to my journal, but it got flat. At the hotel, there were mints on the pillow, and they even had the Kleenex roll or toilet roll, tissue roll, laid out like a flower. That's not going to make it. I don't think. I might hang on to it, but I just liked how they did it. They sort of pressed it in the middle somehow. Anyway, that's kind of strange to find that in there. I forgot I put it in there. And then a lot of the rest of this. Oh, well, here's an airplane. Is that upside down? No. So that may go. I did purchase some washi tape with airplanes on it, so that will probably go in my journal or that airplane. But a lot of this other stuff, this is just work related. Yeah. I don't need that. It's just, I'm weird. I don't like to leave things in the hotel room with my name or anything like that on it. I may cut this cowboy out. This is the event, the big event reception. I may cut this out and put that in my journal. So I will kind of keep that here. And then, now this is where we were. So here is the airport, and then we were in the foothills. I don't know if you can see this. So here's the airport, and here's the Catalina foothills. I've circled it. Probably tiny for you, I apologize. But this drive to this location was just gorgeous. Just the gorgeous backdrop of the mountain. I grabbed these out of some of the magazines. I wanted to document where we were. But I think I want to use the larger one, to show so you can see the path I took. I'll probably draw a line, follow the route that I took. And then here's an entire map of Arizona. And yeah, here's Tucson. But it doesn't really say, this map is too big to see where we were. It's probably, yeah, I don't know that I'll use this one. But, okay, so that is everything I brought back with me.
Coffee is cold, so it is time for me to have another cup. I do feel like I got started on a couple of pages. And I'll be thinking about what I'll use to do some tip-ins for my work trip that I'm just getting back from, and I'll also want to work on tip-ins for our trip next week for Thanksgiving. So I'm not sure what our actual plans are other than taking the camper. I don't know if they'll be exploring or whether I'll have a bunch of ephemera coming back with me in a bag like this or what. But let's see. I did some journaling. These days, with her being so sick, those days there really wasn't a whole lot going on. And I want to journal about this. This is a funny story. So I'm going to have to find something here. But other than that, time is up. Time for more coffee. I hope everybody has a great rest of your Saturday. I hope you're doing a little bit of journaling, whether in your own style. You don't have to do it in my style. This is just one way. There's plenty of other types of journals. Like I said, I will do this through the end of the year for the Burr months, September through December, and then figure out what I want to do for 2025. So until then, happy journaling. I will see you next time.